Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact reaction. Today we have a star to every wandering bark. I'm only going to be listening to the one, even though Harshit did comment this one and another one for a teaser and trailer, but I only have the time for the one because I'm going to be going to see Iron Lung tonight, Markiplier's movie, so I want to go do that, and I'm literally recording this like 20 minutes before I need to leave. So I'm just going to be getting to this one song today. If you want me to get to the other one, by all means, let me know in the comments below or request something else different, whatever you choose. Either way, I'm going to listen to this now, so without further ado, let's go! It's a little, Midwest guitar-y in that intro. Ooh. Okay, no longer. Really good hits. Ooh, lyrics. I can never tell if there's going to be lyrics in a Genshin song. It's got a very addictive energy to it, for sure. I'm a little biased, though. I do loves me the punk vibes. A nice little interlude, too.
Until the end of tunnel, this melody will embrace you.
Big build up.
I'm waiting here, waiting for you.
Right into the halftime. That's how you do it. Don't mind me air drumming. Ooh, double time. They got everything. They're bringing it all. Like, I know it's a short song. Little swell there, a little cheeky swell. I know it's a short song. I knew it was a short song when I clicked on it. At the same time, I'm kind of feeling like there should be more to that. Like, it feels like at the end of that one felt a little dissatisfactory. I wanted more from it. I felt like there was gonna be another verse. It's not like it ruins the rest of the track. It's just one of those like, man, I was expecting to hear more. And this is actually a great opportunity to talk about that as a concept. When is too little and too much? How do you end a song kind of more correctly when you have to do these shorter versions? There's a possibility that there is a long version of this song, but I figured they would have uploaded that as the official version if that were the case. So I'm assuming that this was just written to be a little bit more short. And where this falls apart, for me at least, is right there at the end, where it just kind of stops, honestly. Like, it doesn't really feel like the song itself came to a natural conclusion. That's going to happen sometimes with shorter songs. And the issue there comes from the structure of the track. And the reason that this didn't really feel good when it left was because they did a halftime, then double time, and then they completely washed it out with the strings leading you out of the song. They took away all of that speed and all that momentum immediately and just completely like threw you into the water. It's like, okay, I get it, but we were just having fun. We just had a lot of energy to the song. You are on fire, and now I'm in the ocean. I think the better way to handle that would have been to swap those two. I loves me a halftime, don't get me wrong, but I would have gone faster and then slower, so you're able to more naturally accept that change to the song. Because in this context, it feels like you're getting all this hype up for another verse or another chorus. You know, there's no refrain here, though. It just brings you out. It pulls the outro right out from underneath you, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? And it's not like it's the worst ending I've ever heard in a song by far, but it does make you kind of go, man, I wish there was a little bit more happening here. It kind of blue balls you to an extent, and for lack of a better term, I suppose, but that's kind of the way it feels. Again, I think the better way to handle this would have gone double time, then halftime, so you can immediately take the momentum that was coming off of that chorus into the double time, and then, you know, trail it out with a little bit of a change to that rhythm, and then removing the drums and other instruments entirely and allowing it to go to the outro a little bit more smoothly. Is this a problem that's going to affect the greater image of the song? Not necessarily, and it was probably done to line up with the trailer that this was for, and that's just how that goes sometimes. You're hired for a song to be made for a trailer, so you do that, and whether or not they animate around you or vice versa is kind of up to the individual project and whatever they decide to go for on that front. But for this one, it really feels like they had a layout, at least like a storyboarding of what they wanted the story to be in the trailer, and they did so, and that was it. Like, then you have to find a way to get the song to leave, and I think the only misstep there was not swapping that double time and halftime part, because that would have felt a little bit better on the way out. It would have more gracefully pulled you out instead of dragging you into the ocean, and it would have made a little bit more sense to just feel that like kind of transitional space to be left out and led out instead of just going, okay, and we're done. And that's really, it's one of those things that, again, does not come across too often. And I think the other part for me that's a little bit strange about this one is the vocals. It's not that the vocalist is bad or has any negative qualities about their voice, but at the same time, due to the heavy accent, frankly, it's very hard to hear what she's saying for me. Mix-wise, she's kind of like tucked back a little bit too, so it's not like it's completely buried. It's still there and it's still present in the front, but it could be a little bit more pushed forward, and everything else just kind of feels like it's swallowing the vocalist a little bit. And again, with the accent, it can be very difficult to understand a lot of the words, but in general, it just kind of feels like an anime intro, so it's like, do I really need to? I could look at the lyrics, but when you get down to the things like lore involvement, I don't know Skirk as a character well, so I don't know how any of that would actually apply to the character. That is a completely foreign subject to me, really. I've seen like one thing with Skirk in there, and I think that that was at a time where she was a little bit more fleshed out in the world already, so I don't know where she came from or what she's supposed to represent in that way, and therefore, due to this context of me not having any visual work on this one, because I didn't actually watch the trailer, which to be fair, I probably could have, but I just didn't because that wasn't what was requested, and those are usually a different video anyway. I tend to do those with my animation analysis. Point aside, that's kind of what makes this song feel okay, is the very anime-esque intro feel it has, and I don't really know what that says for Skirk as a character aside from main character syndrome, main character energy maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I've only experienced her mentioned in the game once so far through my playthrough, once in Fontaine. That's the only time I've heard of her in context in the game itself. So I am foreign to her in general, and I don't know when it'll be that I'll be introduced to her as a character. So again, a lot of that context is just lost on me, and that's my problem, and I'm not going to fault the song for that, but it does affect my ability to really get it and see if it like aligns with the character, because I don't have any context to go off of. But again, aside from all that, the energy of the song was great. The structure up till that last part was great. I don't have any other qualms with how it was handled. It was just a few little like tweaks that I would like to see if I were to be personally working on it, but I'm not, obviously. I think otherwise it totally aligns with the vibes of the rest of the songs that I've heard for trailers, but again, I just never anticipate vocalists being involved because I can never tell. Usually they are, but it's, I would say, like a 60-40 split, at least from what I've seen, whereas some demos and trailers don't have anything, and other ones really do, and it's like a lot of the process. It's a big part of that whole experience. But I think I'm done yapping about this one. I don't know if I would actually call it like one of my favorites. It's in there, you know, like I have a lot of other songs from this game that I would definitely put above this one, and it might just be because it sounds so anime-esque that it almost feels a smidge more generic than other ones that I've heard. But that's the difference between like a character demo and trailer theme versus something that's more like in-world, in-universe that fits a scene, a location, and I have some sort of a connection with it. But all that aside, it's not a bad song. If I had to give it a rating, which I usually don't do, but I feel like I might as well here, it'd be like a 6. it's fine. You know, like it's better than average, but I have so many other songs that are like top tier 10 out of 10. So it would be hard to rate it any higher, maybe a 7. You know, it really just depends on the vibe I'm looking for and feeling in that moment, but it wouldn't be a playlist song for me for any real reason. But I'll digress there. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to another song or the other one that Harshit wanted me to get to and I couldn't get to, by all means, drop in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. But if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!